Wow, I don't think it likes its new enclosure, you guys. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we've got some fungus. We have fungus. Fungus. Have you ever had this happen? Yeah, that's like fungus. So I've had this happen a couple times. I hate when this happens, and there's lots of controversy on if it's dangerous or not to the spider. So I figured we'd rehouse them and talk a little bit more about this mysterious fungus that appears in enclosures so often. But before we do that, a word from today's video sponsor, Wholesale Wild Stock. Are you a tarantula vendor? Do you own a pet store? Are you looking for stock to buy wholesale for your business?
Well, this message is for you!
Check out wholesalewildstock.com and browse their selection of over 100 species and over 10,000 animals in a variety of sizes.
You could start a zoo!
Wholesale Wild Stock not only legally imports, but they also purchase from domestic producers and breed their own stock year-round. If you guys remember, they price fairly for online sellers, show vendors, brick and mortar pet stores, or anyone that just wants to sell tarantulas. And they price match other wholesalers.
Wow!
Remember, they are wholesale only. So I have nothing to unbox for you guys today, but they do supply many of the tarantulas to vendors I regularly unbox from on this channel. So check out Wholesale Wild Stock today.
Slime mold.
No, it's not slime mold. So as you can see, this is substrate that just looks like dirt. You can't see anything in it, although there's probably a lot of spores of mold and various things, fungus, all the fun stuff. And even though you can't see it, no matter how closely you look at it, it still exists in there. But what makes this substrate go from this to this is literally just the growing conditions. Is this harmful for the tarantula? That's debated, but I will say a little bit growing in your enclosure, especially around the water dish, is pretty normal. It usually just means that you need to let that area dry out a little bit more and possibly up your ventilation game. So tarantula cribs have these different tops that you can change out. I'm not going to change it out. Actually, I think the reason why both of these enclosures got the fungus is because they are stacked, so these ventilation holes are covered. So what I'm going to have to do is unstack them, and that will probably solve my issues. But like I said, a little bit of this fungus is usually nothing to worry about, and you can just scoop it out with like a spoon or something if there's just like a little bit, because no matter what, these spores exist everywhere. It's the conditions that make them grow. And I don't always change it. I usually can scoop it out and have no further issues. However, sometimes the fungus just thrives. No matter how many times you scoop out the little bit, more shows up. And that's when I usually take action and change the substrate. I don't change the substrate often. In fact, I never would unless there's an issue. You can even see that there's water under here, and I just want to dump this all out and start all clean with new substrate, and hopefully that will solve our issues. If not, that's when I would add more ventilation. All right, so first up we have my Phormictopus cancerides. I'm gonna pull this out, and this thing has kind of disappeared. Oh, here it comes. All right, it's pretty dark and shadowy under there, so I'm gonna try to get it to come out. It's kicking hair. You can't see it. Maybe we will go easy if we do this. Still kicking hair, but we're coming. Look at that bald booty. Oh my goodness. It is so bald. And because all this hair was just kicked in the enclosure and there's fungus, I'm actually gonna go outside to dump it all in this bag because I don't want any of it getting in my face. So I will be right back. And this is what we are left with. Delicious, delicious fungus. So next course of action is getting a wet paper towel and just wiping this out and doing a nice little rinse. And here we are, all nice and clean. A few little pieces of dirt. I'm sure somebody's gonna yell at me, you didn't get all of it and now there's gonna be more fungus because there's fungus and mold spores, da 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 da. Yes, there is. Even in this clean substrate that I'm about to put in. I'm gonna be generous with the substrate once again because this little Phormictopus actually enjoys burrowing. Now I did throw away the old moss and the old cork. Got this nice new piece of cork. I think I'm gonna break it possibly. Should I break it? So yeah, we need to break it. We'll break it right there. This will be a nice little hide because of how it pops up like that. Add another little piece of cork, just make it look nice. We will do some frog moss once again. Let's see, let's do a little piece just back here. That'll work. And we are just going to do some little green mushrooms to match this green moss in the enclosure. I will put it right over here next to the wood. Very fitting. And so we do have a lot of substrate with just empty space. That'll be fine because this guy actually does come out and walk around a bit. And there we have it. All clean. Now let's put this balding little beauty right back. I'm preparing for more hair kicking. Wrong way. Wrong way. Oh God. I don't want to do a handle with you. There you go. Nope, nope, nope. You don't want out. You don't want out. Go in, go in, go in, go in. No! Get down, get down, get down, get down. There, we did it. We did it, we did it, hooray. Stop coming up, you are not arboreal. You are not arboreal. No, 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 no. Oh my gosh, this tarantula is a menace. I'll give it a little mist down, but I'm not actually gonna mist it for a couple days. I'm just gonna let it chill for a couple days. It'll be totally fine. I'll probably feed it though. And once I mist it down, hopefully the fungus doesn't return. Look at you, you're still trying to climb out. All right, so that was probably the more difficult tarantula. We're gonna repeat the same process we just did, but we'll do it with Shadow here, who has a lot of fungus. It's mostly on this side and this side. I don't think it's actually like in the substrate, but it's all on the sides. It looks ugly and I don't want it to grow anymore. So let's go ahead and change this one. This guy's usually pretty chill. But even chill spiders can sometimes not be that chill. Of course, Shadow's having a good day. And now let's go ahead and dump this outside just so it's not blowing back in my face. And here, all clean. And this is just Reptisoil as usual. You know, I do find that Reptisoil molds substantially less than cocoa fiber, but it's still, you know, it can get mold and it can get fungus. Okay, so there is the substrate. Let's go ahead and do some more cork. All right, so we have this little piece of cork. This is pretty small, but I think it will actually work out just fine. This Grammostola pulchra really does not hide like at all. So I'm really gonna focus mainly on having like lots of free space just based off how this tarantula is, which I always think is great. Like if you've had a tarantula for a while and you notice it does one thing more than another, then accommodate for what they do more. If they hide a lot, you know, give them a nice big hide. But if they're actually out wandering around most of the time and you never even see them use the hide, then totally like try to give them more space because they'll use it. I'm gonna do just some of this kind of moss. And I do still want to put a little mushroom in here, so we'll do this blue one. I'm actually out of leaf litter, so we're not going to add that. Well, I'm not a huge fake plant person, but honestly, this looks pretty cute, so we'll just do that. It adds a little something. And then I have a nice water dish. I really love these little resin ones from Tarantula Cribs. Put it right over here in the front. And that looks great. I think that my pulchra Shadow over here will enjoy all the extra space and less fungus, of course. Here we go. Done. You're just not sure. That's okay. Awesome. Check it out. Pretty simple enclosures today, but you know, I think they turned out good. So yeah, I'm also going to not water this one for a couple days, just kind of let whatever left is growing possibly still, you know, to just completely die. I did rinse what I could see, but again, a lot of it you can't see. So, but yeah, if you ever get this fungus, best way to deal with it is to scoop it out. But once it starts growing on the sides of the enclosure, you're kind of screwed because you really have to get in there and scrub and it might grow back. All right, so like this video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not, and you want to be. Don't forget I'm Instagram news, probably way too much. It's at Tarantula.kat. You can go follow me there. I also have a Patreon podcast and a Teespring. It is all linked down below. I will see you guys soon. Let's get into the Patreon pet pics.